Cuz of blood. Cuz of blood. Bet. Yeah. That's, sound like all of them, dog. That's how mine is too. My game started. Who you got? That nigga should have took care of his brats when we got known. No, I just wanna cause I'm gonna have to go pick up my daughters, and I don't want to be in this shit, cause I gotta go get them from where the fuck they at. It ain't like I could just let them sit, and I feel comfortable with them just sitting there waiting. So that's what I'm trying to see. I was just trying to get this bitch over with. If he ain't ready by fuck in 11 minutes, we could just reschedule. I'm about to run the fuck out this ball. Yeah, he started. My shit on YouTube. You ain't got your phone?
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports.
Look like I'm getting ball for.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Already.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
And all deep in his
Pick it up, nigga.
territory, he coughs up
Let's
the
go.
football.
Let's go.
Will bring this one back.
Let's go.
Return for a Texans touchdown.
Yeah, boy. Che.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Here's Lawrence. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. How about this? And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing now is Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And it doesn't matter who carries it, apparently, as they'll drop him behind the line as well. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
3rd and goal, Stroud. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. They'll try to run this one in, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on 2nd down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
Stroud working out of the gun. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So, decent-sized deficit early on.
Come on, man.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan?
Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup. Right, to the right. 2nd and 8 to the right. At the 32-yard line. Hey, uno.
And Stroud now to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Stroud, he's going to audible to something else. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The Texans hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Stroud to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort.
What happened?
40 yards as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-7. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
All right, let's go. Easy.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Texans will take over. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Play action. Here's Stroud. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They sure went against conventional wisdom, calling a pass on 3rd and inches.
Had to be thinking to themselves, the defense is going to overcommit against the run. Should be an easy pitch and catch. Didn't turn out that way.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
Here's Stroud. And this is caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. 37 yards. And the Texans have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Hey, Ron.
Now Lawrence to throw. He'll get that out to the flat to White. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Go, let's go.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Gay is on for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded right at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Now Lawrence. He targets Ingram for another grab. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First down, Jacksonville.
On play action, Lawrence.
Come on, man.
Throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Rip, 23, 11, 11.
It's a throw again is Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Big 13 heavy.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. 39 yards. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
I don't think I did it.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Now a 2nd and 6. Stroud. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. And
well, that's the third interception for Lawrence. And the Texans force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Speak from experience, because I do know as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes, because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Nike Texas. Why Tony?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return.
What the fuck?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Play action. It's Lawrence. Looking left side, and it's complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Ready up. Go, go.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Jack Fox set to kick off.
The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here? And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Texans are going to get it back here just past the 35. But that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through the checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Here we go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 61 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Robbie. Oh, hey. 2J. Tonight.
On first down, they'll go to the...
Don't fumble, bro.
And the Jags grab it. And they have the football and will take over at the
Bitch-ass
24-yard
niggas,
line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Derek Stingley picks it. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Here we go.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
Brings up third down.
Hands it off out of the gun. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now Lawrence. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
This is caught inside the 15.
That's me.
And he'll be
That is
down
me.
deep into Houston territory. Again, it's Lawrence. Over the middle, open is Thomas. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Lawrence will throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. From the 25, here's 2nd and 3.
12. Hey, south. Today.
Stroud sets up the play action. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 75 yards. And the Texans are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Gay is on for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And my goodness, another interception. Jacorian Bennett has it, and the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Play action. Stroud now. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
I'll tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That is Joshua Hines-Allen working his way in for the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, uno. 11. Righty taxi. Why Tony?
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Andre Sisco. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
63, Jaguars 21.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Christian Harris. He may go. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And running with power here. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Rashad White, 79 yards. And the Jaguars get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's 3rd and 6. Oh, design run for their wideout. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. The Texans send the punter out, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Red on red. Silver.
They go play action now. Lawrence eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. That is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 25 yards that time.
Hey, kill. Hey, 11, ag. Hurt. Go. 30 left. Go. Red.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, You're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.